Morning, Brian.
Morning, John.
Good to be back at a very wet and windy Tameside Stadium this morning. I think the first thing we want to talk about is the divisional placements for the 7s, 8s, 9s and 10s, 11s, which we're going to alter. Do you want to talk people through the procedure?
Yeah, obviously we did say that after 6 weeks football, we'll start collating the results and moving teams back accordingly. It's a bit of a mammoth task, so what we're going to do, we decided to do for this weekend, we're going to be doing the 7s, 8s and 9s. That does mean, however, that you will not know what your fixtures are for next Saturday. We'll obviously make the changes over the weekend, but I would honestly say if you checked the website on Tuesday evening, then the fixtures for those age groups will be up to date. The following weekend we'll make the changes for the 10s and 11s, and thus again you'll need to recheck your fixtures probably on the Monday or the Tuesday. And really, obviously, we'll make those changes. Don't email in. I've had loads of requests coming through. We do base it on the points gained. We can check on the divisional placings and we'll make the changes accordingly. If there is teams where we've seen quite a lot of heavy results coming through, there is a possibility that you might drop one, maybe two divisions, but we'll obviously make the decisions on that as we look at the placements.
As a rule of thumb, it'll be sort of 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down. Like I say, obviously, if there's teams that have struggled quite a lot, then we might drop them 2 divisions. And the same would be said for if there's sort of 3 teams at the top of the division, then fine. What we want to try and do is ensure that obviously kids are playing at the correct level.
Once we've done those changes, Brian, that'll then allow us to do the cup draws for the Primary Cup and the Challenge Cup for those age groups.
Yeah, we need to, obviously we've got the cups, we've got to get on with the cups, otherwise we're in danger of not being able to get them in by Christmas, before we start the next round of the cups after Christmas. So we do need to get them done as quickly as possible. So once these changes have been made, we'll get on with that.
I think, talking about the cups, whilst I've been away, we've been doing the cup final schedules. We're virtually got every game sorted out. We're in final negotiations with Kerrs and Ashton here about how many dates and what we can put on, when we can actually have access to the pitch. That'll be finalised next week. So by this time next week, we will be putting the full cup final schedule onto the website. They won't be changing once they're put on. Obviously, we don't know which teams are in which finals yet, but the actual full schedule will take place. Just as a hint of how many games there'll be and how many weeks, we've actually got, I think it's 14 full days and probably 3 nights. So something to look forward to. Hopefully the weather will be better. I think they start late April and run all through May this season. But as always, all 7s, 8s, 9s and 10s will play in a cup final. We've also had a committee meeting over the last couple of days where we've decided to keep the cup final admission prices are the same as last year.
Yeah, they're going to be exactly the same as last year. Obviously, if you pre-buy tickets, they're going to be £5. It's going to be £6 if you pay on the gate. We would much prefer, obviously, to sell as many tickets as possible. Far quicker on entry on the day. So tickets, we're going to try and get them out to clubs, or they're going to be up for sale probably very early into the new year. So as soon as we get the cups underway, we'll get the tickets ordered. And obviously, you've got plenty of notice to start getting your tickets ready for the cup finals in May.
I think I've had a meeting this morning with our media manager, Dan. We are going to get a few more matches on. We have got a new camera that we're trialling, which should cover 4 or 5 games at any one site over a full day. Hopefully we'll get more matches on. We'll take a few weeks to get it set up. We are going to be doing quite a few interviews as well, so keep an eye on the media sites. It's just something that's it does help to promote the league, and obviously we get a load of views on matches. We're going to do some interviews, and if anybody wants to say a few words about the East Manchester League, if you contact Dan, he'll come down and do an interview with you. Moving on from that sort of thing, we get back to more or less the 11-a-side matches now. It's what I'd like to call County Cup season. We've got teams obviously playing in Lancashire County Cup, Manchester County Cup, Cheshire, Derbyshire. It becomes a nightmare with fixtures, especially with the weather like this. If you're in the County Cup, please drop us a line, let us know when you're playing, whether you've progressed. County Cup rules are pretty much standard. If it's not played 1 week, it automatically rolls over to the next week. After 2 weeks at one venue, it then rotates to the opposite venue. In other words, you have 2 goals if you're the home team. You have 2 goals on your pitch. If you don't get it played, then it goes back to the visitors' pitch. Just keep us up to date. We obviously County Cup has to be played in preference to our league match and our cup games. If you're in the County Cup, let us know. We'll try and schedule round it. What I would say is with our cups, again, they'll be the same. If you don't play 1 week, we may have to roll it over to the week after. And I know that teams will say we haven't got a pitch. It's the same rules in our league as what it is with the County Cup. If you've got a game, you have to find a pitch. We'll try and work with you as much as we can, but obviously cup games have to be got in. Otherwise, we'll just run behind, get further and further behind.
Just stepping in there on the county cups. Obviously, myself and John have been trying to assist Manchester FA, especially with the allocation of referees for your games. What we noticed on the last round of fixtures was none of the clubs are actually getting in touch with the Manchester FA to give them the actual kick-off times. We've allocated referees based on your normal kick-offs that you have for league games. However, on some occasions you're drawn at home, times do change because you haven't got a pitch and you've had to play at a later time. So it's important you get in touch with Manchester FA, tell them your kick-off time, and then that way we can assist and make sure you get a referee for your game.
Okay, same again with our games this weekend. Obviously the weather's not at its best. There'll probably be a lot of games postponed this weekend. Again, when you get your SMS, put on postpone, email us in, text us in, let us know where you're up to with your games. Don't forget, if your game is postponed, let your opponents know and let the referee know. Just on referees, we're still getting referees telling us, I think we've had 2 this morning since we come into the office, that their games haven't been confirmed. It is a league requirement that you confirm your referee by Wednesday at the latest. Friday lunchtime is a bit late. What will happen is that a referee will take another game. If you don't confirm and you're phoning up on a Friday, he could well have taken another game. So try again, get your referees, get them confirmed by Wednesday latest, really. Last thing is for club treasurers. Any fines that are issued for not filling in team sheets, postponing games, not turning up for fixtures, a fine has to be paid within 14 days. We've been pretty relaxed on it, but we've got fines now that have been like 28, 6 weeks without being paid. You can speak to your club treasurers. If you don't pay your fines on time, you do run the risk that your fixtures can be, you can have your fixtures suspended. So try and get your club treasurers. They're usually only 10, 20 quid. Just get them to pay them. Obviously, they don't like paying fines, and I'm sure as managers you get told all the time, why are you incurring fines? We don't want to send them out, but it is a league rule. Speak to your treasurers, get your fines paid as soon as you can, get them paid within the 14 days. The league rules state if you don't pay them within 14 days, we have got the right to double them. We don't want to do that. We're not here to fine clubs and fine children. We're here to put them on football pitches. So have a word with your treasurers, get the fines paid. I'll finish off and say that we hope you enjoy your football this weekend. How many matches get played is in the lap of the gods. The weather forecast is not too bad for tomorrow. Pretty horrendous Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's not looking too good.
So last note to our coordinators, get your big jackets on because you'll be stood in the rain for 5 hours. Thank you.
Thank you.